It's been 2 full months that I've been posting every single day on YouTube, and the whole point of this challenge has been to learn how to be bold. And there's so many different ways you can be bold. My version of being bold for this 100-day period is to learn how to be comfortable speaking on camera, overcome my fear of being seen on camera. But there's also one more thing, and it's actually becoming a better speaker on camera. And today I'm with Cassandra. You've been doing content for what, 10, 15 years?
Since 2009, I don't know, math.
She's been in the game for a very long time. She's literally one of the best storytellers I've ever met. She's so exceptional at speaking on camera, even in person. I don't think I've ever spent a day with you where you were silent. My favorite hobby is just being quiet. I can listen for hours because this girl yaps. So today,
I am your resident professional yapper.
Yeah, it's time that we finally ask for help. And Cassandra's gonna go through some videos of other YouTubers, other people that are crushing it in the space, that speak very well on camera and literally give me live feedback. And I thought, what a better opportunity than to record this and bring you along with us. Sounds good?
I'm excited, yeah.
Yes. All right, let's begin.
This is something that I do whenever I get on stage. I used to go on stage and I used to have these flashcards, or I used to have these things that I would read from. And it literally felt like I was tripping over reading my words and trying to read and speak at the same time. It just didn't work. And that's when I realized I need to come into this with not a plan, but at least a purpose. And so something I do is, I call it KFD, know, feel, and do. And before I get on stage or before I even film a YouTube video, I ask myself, what does the audience need to know, feel, and do? What do they need to know? What's the piece of information they need to walk away with? What do they need to feel? Is it inspired? Is it scared to take action? Is it curious about something? Is it inspired and grounded because now they have this information? What do they have to do? Do they have to apply their sunscreen? Do they have to book a trip or tell someone that they love them and reach out when it's difficult? What is that call to action? And depending on what your answer is, you're going to speak very differently. If you're speaking because you want to share a personal insecurity with someone, you are going to tap into that authenticity and vulnerability and actually speak in a way that is a little bit more quiet, or that is a little bit more unsure and insecure because you're opening up to someone. Whereas if you're the expert on this topic, you're going to speak with a cadence and you're going to have key take-homes and you're going to get to the point. And just the way you tonally speak and your body moves, it reflects what that goal is, and what you're presenting. So it comes down to knowing who you think your audience is, or even if it's just one person, what should they know, feel, and do? So I'm going to watch these through that lens.
Okay.
And I don't know what he wants people to know, feel, and do, but I'm going to try to guess. So first off, tell me, who is this and how do you know this person?
Okay, so over here, I'm going to show you. To be very honest with you, I don't really know his name, but the name of his channel is Purpose-Driven Men. And hear me out.
Are you a purpose-driven man, Megali?
I'm a purpose-driven woman, but actually in February, I decided to go ghost. February is usually one of those months where you kind of hibernate. That was literally just the era I was in. I was in hibernation era. And his video, this exact video came on, and it's literally him just speaking to the camera, and it says, "Go ghost, upgrade your life in silence." And I was like, this is exactly what I need. So I started watching this video every morning, and I just loved how he spoke in it. And actually, this was the first seed that was planted in my mind of, maybe I want to do something like this. And eventually, obviously, I started 100 Bold, and now I'm trying to post every day at 7 a.m. But it all kind of came to this first seed that was planted in my mind of, oh, this really helped me. I wonder if I can do something like that to help others too.
That's amazing, because I haven't seen him before, but this is a really good video. And it has 1.3 million views. If you read the comments, a lot of people are saying this is exactly what I needed to hear. I haven't even gotten through the whole thing, but so far, let's dive in.
It's time for you to go ghost, bro. This is one of the last levels. When it comes to self-improvement, we know who's really self-improving. We know who's really working when you can't even reach them. It's like, man, I'm trying to call my homeboy and I can't even reach him. I'm trying to call my friends. I can't even reach them. Because they're locked in, because they're really doing the things that they need to do to take their life to the next level.
So even just in the first couple seconds, there's a few interesting things that are happening. He started with the call to action of you need to go ghost, bro. And he said it with conviction. He ended on that downturned note, like it's a period. It's not a question, but he's letting the silence breathe. And then when he's speaking about going ghost, you might not know what going ghost means. I didn't know what that means. You explained it. But he starts to explain it when you can't reach that friend. They're locked in, they're doing something. They're not ignoring you, but that feeling of like, oh, I see you working by not seeing you. That's a feeling we all relate to. So he's speaking things that are relatable, but do you hear how he says it with this like cadence?
Yes.
With this like gravitas. And he's saying things in threes. They're just hit, 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 hit. He's saying it in a way that almost sounds like a Tony Robbins motivational speaker or a pastor at a church. And there's actually someone, I don't know if you know Prince Era. Do you know who he is?
Spoken word.
He does spoken word poetry. And these two individuals are different, obviously, in many different ways. But the way that Purpose Driven, this guy on YouTube, is speaking, it's almost like a monologue that you would listen to in a play, or it's almost like spoken word poetry. So already he's speaking about things that matter, but it has this weight to it.
Okay.
And he's saying it with conviction. So I think those are the first things to point out.
It doesn't mean that you can't call your friends. It doesn't mean you can't contact them. It doesn't mean that you can't talk to anybody. But it just means that you're locked in and you're finally putting your purpose first. You got to just elevate in silence. You don't even have to tell people what you're doing. You're finally just pouring back into you. You're finally giving your life the time and attention that it deserves, that it needs in order for you to elevate. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. If you don't want to answer that phone call, you don't have to. You can send a message afterwards. Hey, man, I'm just locked in right now. You know, I appreciate you calling. You know, I'm busy right now.
What do you notice when you watch him speak to you?
He's not following a script.
True.
So the camera's continuous. And I notice the music in the background.
It matches his tone. So if we did something, if I go back like 15 seconds and I just muted this video, what do you notice? Like, we can't even hear anything right now. What do you notice about, from right about here, about the way he speaks to you or the way he looks at you?
He'll go away and then he'll come back and then he'll stay.
He'll pause.
He'll pause.
Yeah, and he'll lock eyes directly with the camera lens when he has something important to say. He lets it sit a minute. He lets it simmer so you can take it in. He's also speaking conversationally. He's not like trying to look at a script. He's not trying to perform. It doesn't feel performative, right? It feels like you're talking to a friend who's like, bro,
it's true.
Here's what you got to listen to. Because I'm telling you this as a friend. It's kind of like when you're having a one-on-one with someone. And then what if we were to listen, but we weren't to watch? What would we notice?
You have to figure out your life. You have to figure out what direction you want to go into. You have to figure out your passion, your purpose.
Notice how he speaks.
It's like that inner voice in your mind, but it's like an inner coach. And he's very assertive, but he's always talking to you. It doesn't feel like he's necessarily preaching. It almost feels like he's in it with me. Like he speaks the way that I would speak to myself. Like, I gotta do this.
He's not patronizing or diminishing you or be like, you have to do this. He's not coming from a place of I'm better than you.
Right.
It feels like you guys are on the same level and he's like, hey, I've been through this, but I know the answer. And I'm sharing it with you because I care about you. And I'm telling you the thing that nobody else is. And he says it with conviction. He puts a period at the end of the sentence, right? And then that background music, it's calm, but it has kind of this flow, this rhythm. And notice how he says really important words like reframe. These are powerful words, but they're action words. So when he's talking, he's saying you. He's not saying, hey guys, hey people. He's not speaking to an audience. He's saying you.
You on the phone all day. You on social media all day. You keep distracting yourself. So when I say go ghost, I mean cut off the distractions once and for all.
Who in your life would speak to you this way?
Danny would definitely speak to me like this, yeah.
And he would say, he's like, I'm your brother. I'm here to protect you. And I know what's good for you. And I come from a place of love, not from a place of performance. I'm not saying this to like try to, sway you into doing something you shouldn't. And I think that's why it feels so rich. I don't even know this man's first name, but he's speaking to me in a way that I would hope my closest friends and confidants do. And he's kind of calling me out of my bullshit. So like, you say you're gonna do this and then you go do that. And it's
right.
But he's not saying it in a mean way. He's like, just be aware. But here's what you gotta do to fix it because I want what's best for you. So that's the question. Who are you speaking to? And who's watching? And then who is that person in your life? For a while, I had this really unique experience where if you go watch like my really old YouTube videos, like, hi guys, this is Cassandra. And like I had this high little pitchy squeaky voice. And that's not like actually how I sounded, but for some reason, anytime the camera would come on, that's how I would talk. It made no sense. And you know what I started doing? I started taping my friends and family's faces like right here, because I would always look at the viewfinder and you can tell when someone's looking at the viewfinder versus the lens, the viewfinder or the lens. And so I taped a little photo there and I would speak to them like literally like an esthetician client. I'd like stick their face there and I'd speak to them about rosacea just the way I did in the clinic. Or I'd speak to them just the way I would my cousin about a body insecurity or an issue. And that was so helpful because then it took away this feeling that I was on camera being performative. And I was like, this is the person that I'm talking to. So you have to ask yourself, are you talking to a brother, to a sister? Are you talking to a younger sister? Are you talking to a cousin? Are you talking to a best friend? Are you talking to a business colleague? You want to make sure that you understand what you need them to know, feel, and do. So what role do you play? Who are you in that, in 100 Bold? It's okay to not have an answer, but like, is anything coming to mind?
I feel like everyone can be bold, and I know.
Yeah, everyone is made up of what's? Someone's, right?
Right.
So even if you speak to multiple people, just name who was one of those someone's.
I mean, my little sister, she does ask me a lot for like advice and direction. I feel like my friends too, well, now we're jumping ship.
I mean, I agree with that. You've helped me a lot. You've shared a lot of helpful things with me. I'm curious, would your videos and your cadence and your tone, would it change if you stuck a picture of your sister right there?
It would.
Or if you stuck a photo of me or Sarah or someone else.
If I stuck a photo of
you just giggle the whole time.
If I stuck a photo of you, I fear I would be a bit too blunt.
You know,
average
maybe
audience.
that's what the world needs.
I just feel like sometimes with my friends, I'm a little too blunt and just a little too...
Can I be honest?
Yeah, please.
That's what we fucking love you for. I know you're gonna give me the real cereal. I know you're not gonna sugarcoat it. I kind of love that. I think that comes back to you being afraid of being seen. Being blunt is being seen. And that's why we love you for it. But like when I met you, I felt like, oh, is she quiet? I was like, oh, she got big heart, big opinion. She got big feels. You kind of gotta like pry it out of her. And it's okay to be that silent person that walks in the room and observes. It's 100% okay. But is this a space where you want to be that, or you want to exercise that side of you that I've seen as a friend?
Yeah.
That your sister has seen as your little sister.
I have a shell, and maybe some of you could relate to this.
Is there a fear behind it?
It's like a fear of being stupid. There's a feeling where I don't always feel like I have something to say. I think if I'm speaking to my friends and I'm like in person with you, we can talk for hours and like there's always just something. But in front of a camera, I stumble a little bit. I think twice before I speak. I don't necessarily put my words together in the way I want them to. I second guess everything, which is why I end up maybe scripting things out. I mean, recently I've been winging things a little bit better. So it has been getting better.
Well, if I can say something, I've heard you talk for 30 minutes about stopping.
I know.
And I like it. But it shows me you have the ability to do it. It's just that something happens when the camera turns on. And I think a lot of people probably experience this, or at least I've seen a lot of people change when the camera turns on. Because from the outsider's perspective, it looks like great. Like I don't even see an issue.
Really?
But if you feel an issue, which is a valid feeling, even if other people, or even if I don't see it, if you feel that it's there, it's still something that's coming up for you. It's worth exploring. This is just a recommended video, and I saw Tony Robbins in it.
Yeah. Do you ever watch a place here, and let's say where the cyclone happens every 2 or 3 years, it wipes out everything, or a tornado comes through?
Oh, yeah.
And you see these poor people, all their stuff's all over the ground, and they're picking it up, and you could have a heart of stone not to feel. They rebuild. 2 years again, it happens again. 2 years later, it happens again. Some part of you eventually goes, why don't you move? You know? It's like, why don't you move?
A lot of Vietnam's like that, it floods. New Orleans is like that, it floods.
New Orleans, like
So I'm not even sure what Tony is trying to exemplify here, but all of a sudden he's giving us an example that everyone can relate to. And do you hear how Tony ends everything with the tone is downturned at the end of a sentence. We know he spoke a complete sentence. And when he does say something that kind of makes you question, you know that he's asking a question about something. And when he changes his tone and says, why don't you just move? He's doing two things. Number one, he's expressing the frustration this woman would feel, but he's demanding our attention. Because if I'm speaking to you like this, and all of a sudden I say, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a secret. Because when you say something like this, it changes the pacing, it switches things up. Our brains automatically say, what's going on? So how do you not only hone in on when you're being definitive, when you have a message to share, versus when you're taking someone into your pondering, you're thinking, you're trying to work through this with someone, you're asking for help. You don't have to have a script, but what does your know, feel, and do so that you can show up in a way that is authentic to that and speak to what that audience needs.
Know, feel, and do. This has been so helpful because it's really cool to hear someone else's perspective. And I feel like sometimes when you're watching a video or you're watching someone do exactly what you're trying to learn, you can watch and you can understand, but it's also great to get it from someone like you who's in this space, who does this pretty much for a living. So I really appreciate your time. This is day 60 out of 100 Bold. I appreciate you being here. So does Cassandra. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. And remember, to act bold, you need to be a kid again. Bye.